Wagwan masses, Dapper here podcast. My co-host Edge Wagwan.
There, no? Another one, another episode at them.
Yeah. Lot of drama in the World Cup. Some of the big names them drop out. Also we had, some Eggball results in my favor, of course. And but before all of that, we're gonna touch on the big one, big final we're going on the yard. Champions Cup final, JC, KC, one college cup if you want to call it that. Boy, KC, oh boy, them ball somewhere right now.
I tell you, get knocked out in the semis and then come lose Champion Cup.
Yeah.
Whisper alone couldn't do it.
Yeah, them watch the highlights and them treat Whisper pretty much like how England treat Mbappe.
Yeah,
them shut him down, but the talent is so much that the one opportunity he really had was on the set piece and he put it in the net, but that wasn't enough. JC really play a really good ball game. And them have a nice young striker that named Jimenez where them pick up in the quarterfinals. What do you think about that boy there?
Well, I have to see more ball from him, you know.
Him is like a big bull archetype, if we want to use pro club.
Okay, so
yeah, like him
strong from the ball.
Strong, him direct running, him have a good solid size for him. Build like a country youth, but the boy can move. I him get one goal and I think he got an assist too. So him,
the quality of schoolboy football up there, boy. Up there.
I don't know, as you said, we have to see more tape on Jimenez, but there might be a future with the Reggae Boys with him, but we know there's one for Whisper. From what you've seen, what do you think about that man?
Whisper?
Yeah.
Right. Boy, here what happened. I don't know if the problems with Butler have with JFF are going to aunt that little youth there. Because he barely come out today and do interview and call out the JFF. So it kind of, we know him have the quality if he make it to the Jamaica side. Now, is politics gonna stop him? Is the next thing in question? Is the answer?
Yeah. Well, I did some research on the Phoenix YouTube. And me not there yard and with the pandemic, all of the flow of my information kind of broke up still. But he's been on trials and been playing, at a high level since he's been, 12, 13, 14. So this is a kid that has experience at levels that a lot of schoolboy football has never seen. And he showed within his stats. I think if he never reached 30 goal, I think he's close to it in all competitions for KC this year. I think he has, I believe he has over 20 assists as well. So
yeah, so he might put up numbers.
He's putting up historic numbers, and that's another thing. There's a small complaint. Somehow, maybe me have to go build it myself, but somehow, some way, there needs to be a record for all of these scorers and the records for all of these players over the years. Not only for myself, I do a little small podcast, but internationally. You want to have a player, have a profile, you can say, all right, schoolboy football, we can look here and say, going all the way back to 2010 or whatever it might be, goals, assists, what we doing. I couldn't find stats nowhere. Would have to go back to all of the matches and count up goal. Just small complaint about, the third worldness of what going on really. But yeah, the man put up historic numbers, and even though I'm left-footed just like Bailey, I think him on one side, Bailey on the other side, because Bailey's still young, can still have two more campaign in him from a play at the top level. And Whisper just would have probably touch farm, hopefully, knock on wood, touch farm for the next World Cup campaign. But Bailey on one side, him on the other side, that's promising.
Yeah, I remember Shamar young enough to be around them till them time they took.
Exactly. Yeah. Like there's again, he's a schoolboy. I mean, I judge the youth no kind of way. You
Nah,
know,
put too much pressure upon him either, but
nah,
he
we see the Maggie thing, we see how that works. But he has, especially as a winger, the template is there for him to go to the top, a higher level than what we currently have. We're not even gonna say the top level, just a higher level than what we have. So
I feel like the pandemic kind of affected his development too, or his ability to move. Because I feel like if cause a lot of people that was supposed to make moves didn't even make moves in the pandemic because these clubs wasn't making no money. You know what I mean?
yeah.
So they didn't. It was the unknown of it. So even if maybe he went on trials, people liked him, but because of the pandemic, they was like, you know what, we're just gonna consolidate right now. And so maybe moving forward, if you don't make a move between now and the next 2 years, then that's when you gotta start asking questions.
What the one thing I don't want, and right now, I will say this: Peter Lee Vassell, I had hope for Peter Lee Vassell. Him get drafted, LAFC, and we thought that could be maybe a stepping stone for him because he had trials in Europe before that. Him dropped down from LAFC, he was in the USL. He went back to LAFC, they dropped him completely. Now he's in the USL doing his thing. But on the flip side, you have why may I forget his name right now? What my you were playing in Canada for Halifax? What his name again?
Oh yeah, man, no, yeah, that. Oh God, him name the right there. So
I,
damn,
I,
we
I
was
put,
just
we were
we
just
were
talking
just
about him.
talking about him. Yeah,
But yeah, like even him, he had to me, he was having a good career at Halifax, but they made money moves and they just released him. Though, I mean, release might be the wrong word because I'm not sure how their league works. They might be able to bring him back on, but
yeah,
you know what I mean? Like he a free agent right now. He put out that statement on his IG, and it was just like, all right, we had two big talents that
yeah. Alex Marshall.
yeah, Alex. Yeah, we had two big talents that right now you're looking, they're what, 20, 24, 25, both of them. And they're at USL or semi free agent. Now, Alex will pick up another team, but it's just like, damn,
Yeah,
I wanted better for him. So
yeah.
I say
Give
that to
up.
say this.
But it's
I
the
don't,
same thing with Tyreek McGee too. The
I
same
don't know
thing with
nothing
Tyreek
about him.
McGee.
I listen, me not follow that man. So I'm gonna leave that alone. But I said that to say this. I don't want to whisper in MLS or in North America.
No, that's not where you need to be. But time go to the English division two or something.
Even if under that, I'd prefer him in Europe. And Belgium seemed to be the place, even though it not work out for McGee. Whatever reasons that might be, but I was try to talk about him too much. But if I'm a Belgium, just somewhere where one of them smaller countries where they still qualify for Europe, you know what
Yeah,
I mean? I don't think the be all end all is to play the second and third division in England. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you're a player that is as young as Whisper. You know what I mean? You're not most of them players are not move with them family. So
no, yeah. So
more I think go a country where he has the ability to grow and play, Europa League or Conference League, but him not have all of the distraction. That's just me. And that may I hope for him. But phenomenal year for the youth. But it look like Casey now gonna lift one trophy.
with him, that's crazy. That is crazy. So much talent but no trophy.
Why he can't defend enough, so he
Exactly.
can't even put it on film head say um say I win a trophy. But isn't there one trophy left? Another a Walker Cup? What the last?
Yeah, one of them a Walker Cup. Yeah, that's how them and the country schools them have to play.
So that's the last trophy we can win, right?
I think I don't know if you mean them in that either. We have to go check it out.
And is he a senior? I don't believe so.
How old him be? 16, 17?
I believe he's 17. Um,
Him can play more years. He can probably can go for third sixth farm.
but would he want to though? That would be, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that man say you do so much things. Unless him say he want to come back for come give him school a trophy, but I don't think that is what is of his importance to him right now. Importance to him is to go pro.
Yeah,
Uh,
he's 17. Um, maybe, but yeah, maybe one more year left in that team. We'll see. Wish him all the best. But moving on from there, the
the
quarterfinals.
quarterfinals. Jesus, please. So,
Oh man, good thing we not get paid for this, right? Cause only if I expert get all of them something around.
boy, me I tell you, look at me call it 4-1 Brazil. Croatia carried into penalties. Yo, but I have something to say about that game. Let me, cause me a Brazil fan, me a diehard Brazil fan, right?
The floor is yours.
Bro, after Tite made a blunder in that game. Like Paqueta was invisible. That game needed Bruno G,
Yeah.
who would have sit down in front of Casemiro and distribute the ball. Like, because Neymar wasn't it that game, bro. Like,
The
because,
problem was Croatia, and we said this. People can go back in our old episode and say, I said Croatia has one of the best midfields in the world with
yep,
Modric, Brozovic, and Kovacic. They lost Rakitic because he felt like retiring. But in 2018, they had the best midfield in the world. I know they still have one of. It's not the best because Modric is a lot older, but it's one of the best. Brazil lost the midfield battle.
they
Strictly,
did.
we're not even have a top on numbers or performance. Strictly on numbers. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
On
yes,
the amount of players. You have Paqueta and Casemiro versus Brozovic, Kovacic, and
Madrid.
and Modric. That's 3 versus 2. Because Neymar is not playing midfield.
No, he's not. And no, he's not. And then a lot of the times, that's what I'm saying. Paqueta was out of position a lot of the times. So when like Madrid was playing like the deep line midfielder and just picking it up and picking them apart. Like as good as Casemiro is, Casemiro can cover two, three people in our midfield.
And that's
When
all they did.
when Madrid pick up the ball, Neymar, Vinicius, Rafinha, and Richarlison up the field.
Right?
And sometimes Paqueta. So all is left is Casemiro's and then the defense. So yo and bro, T
Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. Their plan was to defend. They weren't trying to attack. Their whole goal was let's just control the tempo,
yep,
and
and
they did that. Brazil had no control in the game, and that was the problem. As you said, Bruno would have been the perfect. Even Fred, if Tite did say, "Yo, Fred, play like how you play for Manu, just run around in the middle of the field, don't go forward." It would have been better than for have Paqueta out there. Because as you said, no one was beside Casemiro, and most of me I look like me just want somebody when me Casemiro is like if we win the ball, me just want somebody we can pass it to, but we pass it up and don't move.
yep, yep. And that would have been Bruno G. And that's I said it. I said it. We was me while I was watching the game before. Like I said, yo, Paqueta need to come off I feel, but the man take off Richarlison, who I work so hard for put on Pedro. what is a friggin' rolling stool and the man can't press for nothing. So you take off one pressing option and then him take off and put on Fred. Him take off.
But I remember me, I look on the team, it means that he take off the whole front line. No, don't get me wrong, Until they forward on the field. And he was an immediate upgrade to Rafinha.
He was.
But Vinny is a speed man. And we've said this when we watch Manu games. How do you beat a low block? From the sides. You put on Rodrigo. Rodrigo is not trying to attack from the side. Rodrigo want to play in the Neymar role. Like, he want to be a second striker. That doesn't help because, as we said, Croatia already had the overload
in the middle.
Midfield. So there was no way around it. You know what I mean? And as I was watching the game, he's like, and Adam ended up saying in the group chat, yo, Croatia's playing to draw this game. Duh. That's what got them to the last final.
Yep. But you know another piece that was needed in that game? Like, him should have take off Militao and put on Dani Alves. Because as old as Dani Alves is, guess what Dani Alves give you? That overlapping run, stretching.
Well, yes and no. The thing with Danny, though, if Danny had came on the field instead of Militao, I think that was Perisic's side. So they probably didn't want to give that up. But Danny would have also given them more control in the midfield because that's how they played in the last game. Dani Alves tucked inside like how Ten Hag loved to do with Dallo
and Shaw and Malaysia.
Yeah. So that's what Danny did. So they would have had more control. Maybe that would have changed the game. But at the end of it, goodbye, Tite. Goodbye, home, Brazil. Yep. I think that's it for Neymar. He's 32? He's had a terrible injury record. I think he makes another Copa, but I don't think he makes another World Cup.
He'll make the World Cup. He's not gonna make it as the star though.
Listen, man, it just didn't work. They tried. This is the third World Cup with him. So
yep.
That's it for you.
And two of them he got injured. So
right. As he does. And I said before when we were talking about legacies for great Brazilians, and for him, I said he would need a World Cup
to justify
a World Cup, and he needs a Champions League as a leader. And he failed 3 times.
He ain't getting none of them. Yep.
Even if they win the Champions League, he's second, third. He's been playing like second this year, but he's still third on the pecking order at PSG. So sorry, Maji, like you're in the top 10. I'll give him that. I'll give Neymar in the top 10, but
top 10 of what? Brazilians?
Yeah, I'll give him the top 10, but he ain't in the top 5. And when I say top 10, he might be between 8 and 10. Like he ain't in the top 7. So
yeah, that's a big list, bro.
If he had won, it is a big list. If he had won the World Cup,
then he will probably break into the top 6.
If he had won the World Cup, this is what would happen. If he had won the World Cup,
then Brazil.
No. I'm saying if he had won this World Cup, he had won this look because he was the undisputed leader. He was in hot form. So if he had won this World Cup, then he would have gotten the Ballon d'Or regardless of what go on with PSG next year. Like if they make semi-final or whatever, PSG's gonna make it far within the competition. So he would have gotten the Ballon d'Or and then he would have moved into the top 7. But because he didn't, even if they win Champions League, he not getting the Ballon d'Or. And without a Ballon d'Or, Maji, sorry, you can't break into the top 7.
See, the crazy thing about his career, he's been living under the shadow of Messi his entire career too.
He moved from one shadow to the next.
Yeah, because watch out, him left Messi at Barcelona, went to PSG. then only for him to now be in the shadow of Messi again at PSG.
I wouldn't even say Messi. He in the shadow of Mbappe.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
he caused that though. Like
But that's
you
what
had
I'm saying.
you
That's
was
what
the
I'm
out
saying.
and out man there, and then you let the man come in and became like.
He can't
But
stay healthy. So
that's the number one thing, bro.
he can't stay healthy. So right now, I'm not gonna lie to you. The only thing Mbappe needs on his resume is a Champions League. He don't even need not to be an all-time great. That's what I hear me I say. All he needs is a Champions League, and he's above Neymar already. That's it.
Uh,
If he wins a
to,
champ,
to
may I talk for the rest of his career
to
right
tell you
now.
the to tell you the truth, if both of them career ended today, Mbappe is gonna finish ahead of Neymar.
I can't say that. I
Bro, the
can't say
man
that.
got a the man got a World Cup.
Yeah, but we can if it, all
But
right. It
yeah,
World Cup is weighted heavier, right? True, but Neymar, right? He wasn't on the Copa team. I forgot that
exactly.
he
The
wasn't
only
on the Copa
the
team. I
only
thought he
th-
had a Copa, but he doesn't.
no, he don't. The only thing he got is a Olympic gold medal. That's it.
Okay, I don't really count for nothing. Ross, yeah, yeah. Never mind. I thought he had a Copa because I would have said, all right, you have a Continental Cup, you have a Champions League, you have a South American Champions League. So I would have been like, he's still ahead. But no, he wasn't on the Copa team. They won because he wasn't there. Ross, yeah, never mind. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
Never mind then. Even that changes my argument then. So if he don't got that Copa, he not top 10. Never mind. I thought he had it. I was mistaken. Yeah, sorry, Neymar. You no business if you're top scorer. You're not top 10. Um, the next match, the war in Qatar,
oh
Netherlands,
Lord.
Argentina. Why? I didn't know there was that much bad blood between the man, but Argentinians always find a way for dislike the blackest team they can, you know?
Yep.
But
Yep.
that was a game right there, boy. That was a game. Van Gaal did make some comments before the game. Um, Messi and them think them did run away with the game, and boy, I
Yeah.
can't even call it some FIFA tactics. I mean, never even said that in a FIFA before. But somehow, some way, them Netherlands tie it up and take it to extras.
Van Gaal go on the last page of him book. See that the tactic there.
That was a Eggball trick play right there. So that what they call it, flea flicker, or one of
Yeah.
them there.
Pierre Hail Mary. Man say, yo, put put Van Dyke up there, put De Jong up there, put
Weghorst,
Weghorst up there. And
Burnley
they got
Bob.
two and they got two goals.
Yeah, but boy, yo, before we even get to that game, did you see what happened after the game? Do you see how some of the comment them where Messi did I go out with? He
Yeah.
was, yo, if Ronaldo did anything close to that, my G, the internet would break. Break. Messi, I hold up him hand in front of the bench, I in ears.
Yeah, I do. It was a tribute to Riquelme and a pro.
Nah. No,
No,
Kevin. Nah.
no, there was no. Hold on. Remember, Riquelme used to play for
For
Van Gaal.
the Barcelona, I know.
Yeah, and 1 year after getting to Barcelona, he got rid of him.
Ain't no tribute to Riquelme. I ain't trying to hear that. I don't care what they said. He was being a little shit. That's what he was doing.
Yeah, because remember, people still want to fuck him up for what he did to the Mexican flag after they beat Mexico.
Nah, it's unrelated. In 2014, they won again. And here's the funny thing. So Van Gaal officially has never lost a game at the World Cup, but he's gotten knocked out twice on penalties because penalties is
That's
not a loss.
that's crazy.
And both times was to Argentina.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I guess
So
I guess that's a nice record to end your coaching career with.
Nah, dog. I'd be
Never
pissed.
lost at the World Cup.
And you ain't win nothing. So, but yeah, there's a lot of back and forth. A record amount of yellow cards. I think it was 15 or something like so.
Yeah.
And it wasn't that dirty of a game, but it's safe to say this probably was the dirtiest game in the World Cup. But I didn't know this was a rivalry. I'd love to see them again, but unfortunately, one in Europe and one in South America. So, FIFA just set up the thing. Next World Cup, just put them in the same group. Yeah.
Same group, yeah, man. Let them fight it out. Let them get the last. Make it be the last game of the group, and the one need to win to go through, and the one need to draw. And pre-
Yeah.
theatrics would have set up perfectly, you know.
Yeah. Moving on to the following day, Portugal, Morocco. Looking back, Morocco had an easy game.
They did.
Morocco
They
had an
did.
easy. They've had what, 5 clean sheets. They've only allowed 1 goal from
Oh
a penalty or something like that for the whole
no,
tournament.
the only goal they got was an own goal.
Right. That's it. Sorry. Something like so. But that's it for the whole tournament. And truthfully, there were other shots, but other than the Ronaldo snapshot, that was the only time I was like, that looks like a good shot. But
Yo, you know the crazy thing about that game, right? Morocco was frustrating them because what's the name picked up a knock early in the game. The young boy, Gonzalo or whatever his name is,
Ramos, yep.
Ramos. He picked up a knock early in the game, so he wasn't himself. No, if I was the coach, when he picked up that knock, I would have put Leo on, right?
No, I feel like, and hindsight is 2020. I know you couldn't have, but that game needed Ronaldo from the start. He should have came on from the start, but I get it. Young boy score a hat trick, blah 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 blah. But halftime he should have put him on. Give him
Yes,
45.
yes. You should
Give
have
him
get yes,
give him
yes,
45.
yes. But here's my thing too, right? The way of frustrating Morocco was when he took off, what's his name? He took off a midfielder and put on Ronaldo. You didn't need 4 strikers there. You needed more help in the midfield.
I mean, let me be straight. It wasn't much long after that he put on Ronaldo. Ronaldo came on in the 51st minute for Ruben Neves.
Yes, but the game didn't need Ruben Neves to be off the field though. It
True.
needed one of the strikers to it needed him to take off Gonzalo for he needed Ramos off for Ronaldo. That's what he needed. He didn't need to have 4 people up there.
Boy, all they did was change the formation. I think they went to a 4-4-2 after that, had Bruno a little further back spraying the ball. But listen, man, this is something that it's a problem. It's a good problem to have, but it's a problem that Man U found out. Bruno and Ronaldo can't play together.
They can't. No, they can't. Because
So putting Ronaldo on and dropping Bruno back, you got the worst version of both of them. They tried though, and that's what you should do as a coach, but it just doesn't work. It hasn't worked.
so and Morocco find one quality ball, put it only which part film player could have reach it. Drop it in at the net and frustrate Portugal the rest of the way.
Yeah, that was in the 42nd minute. And listen, it's funny enough, right? So I'm looking at the stats right now.
Tournament ball is different from league ball, brother.
Listen,
Tournament ball.
Croatia and Morocco did. Shut up shop. But look, man, upon the stats. This is why I said Morocco had an easy game, right? Shots on target. Morocco 6. What would you think Portugal have?
Shots on target?
No, yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, shots on target.
Probably 2.
Morocco had 3. May I read this stat wrong? Morocco had 3, and Portugal had 3. Total shots was 6-6. So the game was more even though possession is like 70 to 20 something. It don't matter if you have the ball if you can't do nothing with it.
But here what happened now. So you know what that I tell me say. Nobody don't want to shoot the ball.
Which is why he
When it
needs
when it
Ronaldo.
come when it come to Portugal. So like damn. 6 shots, only 6 shots.
Listen, man, they had 600 passes, but that possession, the way Morocco was set up, it's Mourinho ball. We got 10 men behind the ball and they left the forward up there by himself. Why do you think when they get the red card, they never care? Them say, all right, just come off of the field. Because it doesn't matter. It's not changing our shape in any way. Go on, hey, you can come off the field. That's fine. We just go 2 blocks, break us down. And they couldn't. They have a really good keeper. He played for Sevilla, I believe. On the flip side, their Portugal keeper Diego Carlos. There were a couple little murmurings. Everybody
Diego Costa.
Yeah, Diego Costa, not Diego Carlos. But there were murmurings with Manu. Every player have murmurings with Manu, but sorry, you ain't it.
No, you're not.
Your distribution is great. I've seen it. It looks good. And you might have time to grow. But you can't replace a legend in De Gea with a project. And in the meantime,
and we still own Dean Anderson,
right? And you can't give up De Gea. So no, I'm sorry, we can't do that. That's a no go. But yeah, the bigger side is true. Big ups to Morocco. I don't know if them really, I don't know how Moroccans stay, but I don't know if they really count themselves as African. But they're the first African team, and the first Muslim country to make it that far. So shout out to them, Africa. I going big right now. And Mr. Hakimi and Ziyech and En-Nesyri and Bono and Roman Saiz. I know a couple of the players, man. So big up to Morocco, man. And the last game was the big Titanic heavyweight battle. The Gallery of Stars. That was France versus England. At no point in time did I think England were going to win that game.
No. But I did call it 2-2 at the end of regulation, and they would have lost in penalties. And I did say that Kane was going to miss a penalty. Didn't I not say that? And you said that is Mr. Automatic from the penalty spot. And what did that man did?
Listen. I would have lost money with that because for example, if this was flipped, let's say England had gotten a goal by other means, right? Whatever way they want to score, and then no, Kane, this is the first penalty he's taken, I would have been like, maybe I gonna miss this, but he stitched the first one. So I don't know what happened. Somebody did I say like I've never seen Kane miss the target completely. Me neither. I can't remember that. Keeper always save it, but I've never seen him miss the target completely. The man skied the ball. Never.
But here's the funny thing about that now. And English media hasn't said anything about that, man.
Listen, man, I don't know what to tell you.
When the little black boys missed their penalty in Euros, right? When they missed their penalties, they got killed in the media.
Well, no, social media killed them. Social media killed them. Everybody with a IG jumping on the man them comments and call them all type of monkey baby and all them something.
So why isn't
we know why. We don't even gotta hide. We know he one of them. Instead of he threw away a chance for our team to progress or fight on, it's he stood up and stepped up to take it. That's
Oh,
that's gonna be the argument. He stepped up, and worse, you can't say nothing because he scored the first one. You can't say nothing. He scored the first one, and there was no question who was gonna take it, and bravely he stepped up, and these things happen. That's how it's gonna get brushed off. We knew that from when we were watching the game. It's just me and you as black men, as we can always say. It's the where Chile Chiellini did say in the Champions League. It's the history of Tottenham. That's what they do. Kane will never win something. I said it. Kane not gonna win not as long as he's wearing a white jersey. I said that. He will have to come out of that Tottenham jersey.
so that mean it's but I don't Tottenham jersey alone white. England jersey white too. So that mean he now win nothing for
I
England.
said what I said. I said what I said. That's why I say white shirt.
But here what happened now. I'm glad that it wasn't none of the little black boys that this is falling on. So now the man them can come back at Premier League and not get no boo and not get no banana fling at them
Listen,
as
man.
much.
It was sweet. It was sweet. Rashford and Saka both outscored Kane.
Yes, they did.
So the only man now where the lighter look kind of funny pan is Mr. Sancho, but he wasn't there. So as much as they can, in the redemption arc, everybody can say, well, Sancho wasn't there because, his performance, da, 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 da. But he also wasn't there to lose and wasn't there to collect any blame. So,
Yep.
you can't allow it. But for Rashford and Saka,
they redeemed themselves.
Saka especially. Saka, right now, Saka knows said that the right side a theme one for the next 4 years. As long as no injuries no catch him, nobody can take him off of the right side of the field. Because his wing play, he was the day that was Southgate's downfall. And that's really why I feel like him have to get fired. Saka was the danger man. Foden on the other side, never did that go on with nothing. Right? And them take off Saka. But don't get me wrong, Saka did get some kick up there. And he was probably the most fouled player. But this is do or die. So
yeah, you can't take off your danger man in them situation there. Just like how Netherlands surprised me by taking off Gakpo, because Gakpo was delivering some hell of a balls into that box. Gakpo should have never been substituted, but because then I feel like in that scenario, Gakpo would have been the one to step up and take the first penalty, and not Van Dijk.
No, I think Van Dijk would have still took it. Van Dijk got there's a little ego with Van Dijk, I think he would have stepped up and took it and, missed all the snow. He would have missed all the snow. But, hey, it is what it is. It was a great round, great quarterfinals, plenty of surprises. History has been made. Probably, listen, the tournament not done yet, so we're gonna revisit this next week. But this is probably one of the best World Cups in terms of drama on the field ever. I've only seen remembering. I'm gonna remember 94. I remember 98, 2002, 6, 10, 14, 18. I know this. This is probably the best one for me. And it's not done yet. We'll see how it go from here. Could we have a first-time winner? Could we have our first repeat winner in our donkey years? Can Messi finally end the GOAT debate?
Boy, that's the thing, right? It's set up like that. All of those stories could be written because all of these teams, like Morocco, could frustrate France and beat them 1-0, or go to penalties and beat them.
Listen, as I
Croatia is known to grind things. Croatia did this this is a rematch. It's a semifinals rematch with Argentina again.
I'm saying this up there for real. Like, I've thoroughly enjoyed watching this World Cup. But just most disappointing players. We talk about the good points, but probably not 11. Cause I can't even think about 11 players right now. But who stand out where you were expecting things from that probably stock drop during this World Cup for you?
KDB.
A lot. We can pick a ton of players off that Belgium squad. KDB, in terms of what he said alone, not even know he played, right? But what he said, it was just like, man, you got to be a leader, because he said we're too old, and Modric doing it, and he's 78 years older than you. So
Exactly.
you just look like a clown. But Lukaku, for me, even though he wasn't really healthy, um,
Yo, if he was for me, Lukaku, if Lukaku was healthy enough to come on in the second half, he's healthy enough to start. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. If you
um,
tournament ball, if you was keeping yourself healthy for World Cup because you didn't play before World Cup, like you supposed to play. I'm sorry. Start me. I'm sorry. Start me. Because
I'm
if you,
going, yeah, yeah. But they might try to protect you. You know what it is? Again, ego. They thought they were already through. They thought they were gonna figure out a way to go through, and then it didn't work out. But
you could
I'll also go with Rafinha, because he's low key. He's been terrible all season, but because he plays for Barcelona, you're not hearing,
yeah.
right? That man they bought for $60 million. I think he only has one assist on the season, and he's an ever present
I
for
don't
Barcelona side.
boy, I don't think Rafinha should have been starting over there on the right hand side.
Listen, it's a chemistry thing, and I see it. I'm really like Rafinha, and Rafinha is. It's not even Barcelona hate, because when he was at Leeds, he was one of my favorite players in the Premier League, but he's just not performing. I know his chemistry do the thing more time, especially in our tournament. And I see glimpses. I see him get into those dangerous positions, and you're just like, Rafinha at Leeds, smacking that at goal or
Yep.
putting in a dangerous cross. But it just, the final product just missing on. It might be a pressure thing. Um,
But you know what I could say about what we discovered in this tournament. Like if if like Anthony did some good things on that wing, bro. Like separate and apart from the dive when he make, that's probably the only bad thing he did in that game.
Listen, Anthony is a talent, and to me, it looked like our money was worth it, because he's younger than
Yes.
Rafinha. So we shall see. Time will tell. But remember, you did have argument, and I say, "Oh, the man foot no jiggy." So I'm sure you. That's how
Man,
I'm
a
not gonna.
boss man salad and beans, dog. What you talk about?
That's what me I said. Let's like I leave that there. So anybody else that said disappointing, we can't touch upon the whole Germany squad. Truthfully,
Yes. But
um,
they were suffering. Sane got injured, but would Sane would have make a difference? We don't know.
well, I'm just speaking for disappointing players. It's sad to say, but I'm gonna go with Kimmich. I'm gonna go with him because he played every game. Everybody else, as you said, injured, rotate, whatever you want to say. Even Havertz, as much as more I pick by Havertz, he did his thing. Yeah, I mean, he scored. I can't say nothing. But Kimmich he was supposed to be, he's like Guardiola's favorite stepson, German kid. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
he ain't shown me that. But if you had to pick somebody, him, everybody want to say Sula from that left Bayern and went to Dortmund, but him just looked big and rough. So that's what he did. I'm trying to think who else disappointed. I didn't like
Chris
Lewa, but
Cristiano disappointed.
did he though?
Yes, he did. Apart from the penalty, what else did he do? Tried to steal the air goal from Bruno.
The thing is, though, I wasn't disappointed because that's what his form showed. He wasn't doing anything. See, he didn't disappoint me. He disappointed maybe everybody else, but he wasn't on form. And I just saw the stat. I didn't know this. Somebody said when I posted it on the One Name IG, I make sure to follow that. One Name Entertainment is going on IG and hit follow, interact with us over there. We have polls and stories and whatever. But I think it was ESPN UK that said Ronaldo has been to 5 World Cups and never scored in the knockout round.
That
I
is
didn't I didn't know that.
that is a crazy stat.
I didn't know that. So all the goal that Wayne get was usually in the group stage.
Yeah.
So knowing that and knowing the form that he had coming into the World Cup, did he really disappoint? Not really. Not really. Because even
So I guess you could say it was based on his previous records. This is what was it. He did what was expected
right.
of
Because
him.
if he had gotten the goal for Bruno thing, he would have got 2 goals on the group stage. And if this was a regular World Cup, he might have been rested the 3rd game. You know what I mean? Like, so this is about where he should be. So I'm not really disappointed.
Then look, if history has anything to say about this World Cup, is that we could say Neymar got injured, Cristiano didn't score in the knockout round, and Messi's going home at semifinals.
Well, we don't reach picks yet. Just any more players you can think about that's been super disappointing in this World Cup.
I'm gonna say other than Gakpo for Netherlands, nobody else showed up for them.
For them? Really?
For them, Memphis Depay didn't do what he's supposed to do. Apart from the US game, what did he do?
I mean, Memphis hasn't been playing either, though, so I can't really even say him. I'm trying to think who else. Mexico's whole team.
Yeah, but remember, Mexico didn't play players either. So
well,
Canada disappointed. From winning CONCACAF to not getting a point. Well, did they get a point?
No, they got a goal though. So they achieved their goal. We're gonna leave it right there because after the semifinals, the next time we record, we're gonna say which players impressed us the most. You already hinted at some of them, but we're gonna put together a good list for it. You already hinted that you said Argentina out at the semis. So, who are your picks for going to the finals, sir?
I really think it's gonna be a Croatia-France repeat. Yeah, Croatia-France repeat. I think this time around Croatia will find a way to lift the trophy, send Madrid home on a golden boat down the river.
Yeah, if me and Madrid, me win the World Cup, then end of this season, I'm done.
I'm done. Yeah, exactly.
I'm retired. I don't care what Real Madrid does. I don't care if we win the league. I'm done. I've won the Champions League again. I won the league again, and I just won the World Cup. I'm finished. I have it. France, Argentina. I have Croatia taking 3rd. So Morocco is going. You know what? No, Morocco gonna take 3rd. We're gonna do Africa right there. So, and then I have. I'm gonna go France repeating. I don't want Argentina to win, but it's a coin flip really between if they make it to the final between them and France. It's a coin flip. So that's how I have it. But Mbappe win another one after this performance right there. Just write his name on the Ballon d'Or now. It's going to be French players one back to back straight.
Yeah,
straight.
Well, let me see something. If France win the World Cup, does Benzema get his World Cup medal?
No. Why would
he don't?
No.
Wasn't he in the squad before?
Don't matter. You got kicked out. You got ex-nayed before the tournament begun.
Damn.
Same thing with Nkunku. You don't get nothing. Goodbye.
Damn.
I don't even think it might be different. I think if like Portugal and England had players that got sent home for injuries or different reasons. But I don't think even if England won, I don't think Ben White would have gotten anything. He might have, but he ain't play. But
He
maybe.
left. Yeah, he left for what, personal reasons or war or something.
I don't know. Lastly, we're on the Eggball. So we'll go on to the Maji.
Why? Now you see why the Eagles are the number one team in the league right now.
Yeah, they beat the shit out.
They put a schooling down, boy.
Y'all making the playoffs?
Yes.
Oh yeah, it expanded last year. Yeah. That should make it.
Yeah, we making it. You know what? Let's not. If we don't beat Washington next game, then no, we're not making it.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
because I looked at, so I have both of them records pulled up right here. Who they got next, right?
Okay.
Who we in contention with for the work for playoffs. So the Giants got Washington next, Vikings, Colts, then the Eagles again. That's the last game. I only see the Giants winning probably two out of those four remaining. The
Y'all reckon
most
on what?
three.
7, yeah, what, 7, 7, 5, and
7,
1?
5, and 1, right?
Mm.
Right? We and Washington got the same record. So if we don't beat Washington, our playoff hopes is done.
Yeah.
Because after that, Washington got a tough schedule too. Because Washington got us, 49ers, Browns, Cowboys. Cowboys is their
Wow.
last game.
Yeah, they might only win that Browns matchup.
Exactly. Because all the other teams are in contention for playoffs.
Yeah, and
No,
after what the 49ers did today, Jesus.
no, no, no. The other team that is anywhere close to them to compete for the next wildcard spot is the Lions. And the Lions been balling lately. And this is the Lions record that they got. The Lions got the Jets next, Panthers, Bears, and Packers.
Mm.
They could run the table on those teams.
Yeah. Yeah, good luck. Good luck. We scraped through today versus the team with the worst record, but we won. I don't care. Football, a grown man sport, as they
A
love to
win
say.
is a win is a win is a
We
win
still
is a win.
we still playing professional players, professional athletes, and we found a way. We got that W on the board. So we won. You see me?
Yeah. So
And for me, as a Cowboys fan, as anybody who are listening for to feel some type of way we're about to say, this is a trigger warning. But as long as Jerry Jones is alive, we will never win a Super Bowl. I'm not saying step away from the team, because if he step away, that is a man that loves power. Stepping away just means somebody else is just holding the title. He will still have power over all decision making. As long as he's alive, we ain't winning shit.
well,
So
as long as the Jones family owns that team.
no. I think with him stepping away, I think other people around the organization will be able to have a stronger voice. But I say that to say this. I'm just enjoying the regular season as I do every year. We have a good regular season, and then we might win one playoff game. Most of the times we don't, and then it's off season, which is fine. I listen. Which lasts longer, the regular season or the playoffs? The regular season. I enjoy my regular season, man. I don't care. We're not winning nothing, but for 17 weeks, can't talk to me as a Cowboys fan.
We say y'all gonna have the best. Y'all gonna.
So that's really it
Let me
for
ask you
me.
something.
Uh-huh.
Let me ask you something. Since you've been a Cowboys fan, has your Cowboys ever win a Super Bowl?
You want to get technical? Technically,
Since you've
yeah.
been a Cowboy fan, since you've been
Technically, yeah.
a fan.
Because I was a Packers fan first. But technically, yeah.
Since I've been a Giants fan, my Giants has won 2 Super Bowls.
Okay.
I've watched them win. I've watched my own boy, Eli Manning.
I don't understand what this has to do with the conversation.
Because you have never seen your team win.
I know that. I mean, but that was what I'm saying. So, and what's your point?
Because you love talking shit about my Giants when
I
we
didn't even
doing
say
bad
nothing.
now.
No, I said, yo, do y'all think y'all won't win the playoffs? I didn't say nothing about your team. I used to live in New York. I got mad respect for y'all. I saw both of those Super Bowls. Your quarterback still got Down syndrome, but y'all won.
Don't worry about my Down syndrome quarterback.
I would have loved him. I would have loved him for Romo. So whatever he won. That's the important thing. I don't think the Cowboys are going to win anything, and that's me. I'll die on that hill. Surprise me, but until then, nah. Any closing thoughts there, sir?
Boy, good luck to the Moroccans.
Man, listen, man. For
At
Africa,
point,
man. Where is that? Wakanda? The next Wakanda, they went to Haiti in the last movie. They need to find a way to pop up in Morocco or in Casablanca or something.
Yeah, exactly.
They need to find a way, man. But yeah, shout out to the Moroccans and all eyes on you, Whisper. Let's see what you're gonna do going forward.
All right.
One
name.